Thank you. What is up, guys? Here we are, still first day of Colorado Springs Comic Con. How are you guys doing? Oh, come on, guys. First day. How you guys doing? All right, that's better. That's better. So I'm assuming with you guys out here that we have some gamers in the crowd. Yes? Yes, I love it. I'm a gamer too. We have some folks that love us some Baldur's Gate. Yes? Yes? All right. So just a couple of things. I know Lewis kind of gave you the spiel, but I will emphasize that. Make sure that you have your phones silenced. If you do, you check it now. Make sure that you guys are good to go. Also, I'm going to ask a couple of questions, as I always tell you guys, and then after I ask those questions, you guys are more than welcome to come here up to the mic and ask your questions, I should say. Other than that, just make sure that you limit it to one question, so that way we can maximize as many questions as possible, that however many that you guys would like to ask. Is that fair? Okay. All right, cool. So without further ado, let me bring out our panelists. Can I get Tracy Wiles? And can I get Theo Solomon out here? I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, and I think you guys have your mic.
Hey, where's my hat?
Mic should be up.
Where's my hat? Where's my hat at? Dude!
Everyone act natural.
Hey, it's a nice hat, man. It's a
You're
nice
gonna come to
hat.
the after party with me, right, baby?
Sure.
Yeah, give me my hat. Right. Thief.
Thank you, Lewis. Thank you.
Who wore it better?
I'm joking.
I think they might be a little bit biased, but
True.
So Tracy, Theo,
Hello.
welcome to Colorado Springs Comic Con.
Thank you.
I probably would be remiss to ask this, but how has Colorado Springs been in the brief, I'm sure, amount of time that you guys have been here thus far?
Oh, do you know what? The altitude got me in Denver. I genuinely almost passed out in the gym. I was like, what's wrong with me? I'm so short of breath. This is mad. But yeah, it's beautiful weather, and Colorado Springs, especially
Views.
like the mountains in the distance.
Incredible.
I'm from a place where there's just buildings all over, like around me. So yeah, it's gorgeous here. Nice weather. You lot are very, very lucky.
Awesome. Tracy?
yeah, you guys are really lucky. I did the waterfall tour yesterday, Garden of the Gods. I was a total tourist. We had a guy called Miller who was our tour guide. He never stopped talking for 2 hours. It was amazing. And we were in this Jeep, 4 of us, and he took us on like a really rocky road. And the seatbelts don't say this, but they don't really fasten very well. They kind of come out to here. So you've got this much wiggle room, basically. And it was like, it was like this. But it was great. I loved it. And have you all done the Garden of the Gods? Have you all done that?
Yes. Yes, if
Isn't
you
it?
haven't,
I mean, you know,
Yes.
it's like seeing the mountains of Scotland, but to me, it's like iconic American scenery. And God, I loved it so much. Yeah, it was wonderful. And then I went to, sorry, this is a long answer, but I did. I did. I was a tourist. I went to Manitou Springs, the shopping thing, because me and this girl called Jacinta, it's Jacinta here, made friends, and we didn't know each other, but then I dragged her into an Uber and we went back to the shops. And it was great. And I just met her. She was at the con. So there we go.
Very nice.
That's the end of that.
Awesome. And Theo, am I right to assume that you are bypassing a heat wave right now back home? Is this around the time that you guys are going through a heat wave back in England?
Yeah, like this, I mean, a few degrees colder than it is here is like crazy hot for London. Trust me, like the slightest bit of sun, everybody's in shorts, teas, barbecuing in the park. So yeah, a little bit, but this is way better. Trust me. It's
I don't think we've had any rain in the UK for a long time now. It's like barren. So that rain that I saw this morning here was like, oh my gosh, like rain.
We're back home.
We got rain in America? What? Yeah.
I was going to say, Tracy, congratulations. Am I right to understand that it's been 25 years from your first video game?
Oh my God, your research.
Gosh, like
Jeez.
25 years with its Chicken Run. It'll be 25 years in, I believe, November.
Oh, really? Yeah, I don't even know that.
Yeah.
I think that's correct. Yes, Chicken Run. Yes,
That's awesome.
that's the only answer. It's kind of quite scary, really, because I don't even know if you are 25. Are you 25?
Come on, don't do this. I know I got a baby face, but yeah.
Well done. Yeah, amazing. Makes me feel very old, but thank you.
No. So I'll hit the ground running and just talking about, just the industry in general. When we're talking about voice work, right? And we're I guess you can say we're a few years out from it now, but in the post-pandemic era. And with the few friends that are voice actors, they always shared with me how interesting that time was. So could you share what it looks like now in terms of booking gigs where just that trend of doing things in person versus having to do it virtually? Are you guys still doing in-person, gigs now, in terms of auditioning, or have they still kind of remained in that pandemic era of sticking to virtual stuff?
It's pretty much all tapes, isn't it?
Pretty much all tapes, yeah. It's one thing that hasn't gone back. I used to love going into the room, especially for like TV stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because you could just go in and charm the casting director a little bit. Do you know what I mean? And especially like know what they want from the outset. You can ask that question.
Rapport is different, I'm sure.
Exactly. But I guess one of the benefits you've got from self-taping is you can do it as many times as you want and you can really, really perfect it. Especially, you can get nerves if it's in person. Even if you're going to smash a role, your lines, everything. We all suffer with nerves, innit? And they might come at that time and you're like, ooh. So I guess that's the benefit of self-taping at home.
Gotcha. Tracy?
Yeah, same. I mean, I think I prefer self-tapes because I do tend to talk a lot. If anyone's met me, probably know that. And I would talk at them through nerves. So now they don't get to meet me, which is not, I'm all right, but they just get to meet the character. Unless they make us do those idents where they make us do full-length idents and if we haven't got space and you have to move all your furniture. But no, I did do a video game recently where the whole thing was from in person, which I thought, why are they doing this? Yeah, what? It was like, and I thought I'd blown it. And it was about 3 months later I found out I got it. But I thought the guy didn't like me at all. Like, when you just are so not used to it. Like, in person, I've got 10 minutes, okay. But yeah, that's very rare, very rare. Yeah.
Gotcha. And similarly, with the industry and talking about doing motion capture, right? And using that toolbox as actors to use that skill set. Can you talk about that? Because a lot of times I feel like in voice work that you are using that skill set of movement a lot of times to bring forth a voice that you create, but you may not always have the movement realized, even though you may use it for your voice. So can you talk a bit about that dynamic of doing that discipline?
Yeah, I just want to dispel something quickly. Like, a lot of people think it's like voice actors here and actors here, and it's like they're two separate things. Yeah. But we're all actors. Yeah. We've all done TV, we've all done theater, we've all done, audiobooks and things like that. So they all marry up as one. So, for example, theater training and knowing how to conduct your body on stage, learning how to use your diaphragm, etc., that all helps.
Project, yep.
Yeah, how to project your voice, that all helps so much, especially in motion capture, because I'd say like 95% of the lines we did were in the motion capture suit. So even if in game you're listening to our voice, but you're not seeing our characters, we're doing the movement for that. So you have to be ready because, trust me, that suit can be uncomfortable. Excuse me. If you're on your feet for 5 hours, you have to be, built and ready to go for it. So yeah, it all marries up into one. For sure. Tracy?
Yeah, and I found it quite hard when not doing Jahira, I would get a job because I think nearly all of the other ones I've done for games has been voice, pretty much. I've done some facial capture. I found it really hard to keep still enough for them. They'd be saying, that's great, but we could really hear you moving. And I'd be like, but you'll need to take that thing off that you're wearing because it's going to when you're doing all the movement. So it's having had that freedom as Jahira or as Will to kick ass and literally move and move and move. It's quite hard to take it back down and keep that dynamism, is that the right word? Dynamic quality? Yeah. But of course you can. You adjust back. But oh my God, I loved doing the motion capture. It was hard in the beginning, but now My God, when I think, I'm annoying, very annoying. People will go, "Oh, we love you, the VAs were great," and I'm like, "We did motion capture. Like, if we did motion capture, I had to." And I think people think I'm such a teacher, but I think a lot of people don't know that we did it, and there was so many technical people involved in it, wasn't there?
For sure, and just being sometimes nuanced enough so that when you're playing the game, our characters aren't like doing something like super theatrical, and you're like, "Is that a mistake?" I'm like, "No, I really did that." In the studio. So yeah, because it was literally every line. Because sometimes you're like, I don't even know how to articulate a line, which is only like 2 words long or 3 words long. But you know, as human beings, we're constantly like either using our hands or tilting our heads up and down. So all of that has to be so specific.
Yeah, it could be something incredibly tiny, like a head incline, couldn't it? Something. But if you were complete, like you could be still sometimes. But if you were still for too long, it looked like you're broken. That's what they would say to us.
Yeah.
Because we had avatars. You could pick your color for every session. What color would you like? I would like mine to be green and gold, please, today. And so you could see them on the screen. But they'd be like, if you don't move for a while, do you hear us just like this? I'm being very serious, but I'm not moving. So
if I just never moved and I was just speaking to you like this, you're like, is this guy frozen now? What's going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Awesome. And, in talking about the game, could you guys briefly, share getting involved with that world? Because, I know each of you have fascinating stories of how that came about with Baldur's Gate.
Right. So mine's like different to everyone else's because I replaced another actor. So this was like back in 2020. They wanted to replace the actor for Will, right? And got the audition through, did a few rounds, got the part. I was like, amazing. I've gone in, I've done like probably like 6-7 hours as Will. And then COVID happened. And I was like, shit. And then it was just radio silence. I was chatting to my agent. I was like, yo, what's going on? Like, am I still doing this? Obviously, no one knew what was going on in COVID, how long it was going to go on for. Anyway, a couple months goes past. And then my agent's like, yeah, so they're not sure if they're going to be able to finish it with the original actor with you in time, sorry. So they're going to go back to the original actor. So I was like, rah, like, I literally had the part.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the exclusives.
Heard it here first.
Had the part and it got taken away from me for like 2 years. And then like back end of 2022, I got the breakdown for it again. And I was like, I recognize this. I know what this is. Done the casting for it. Got recast as the job that got taken away from me. So like everything happens for a reason. Do you know what I'm saying?
Theo, what?
Yeah.
Have you told this? Because we've only not done a lot of panels. This is exciting. What? Excuse me, news?
Yeah.
You auditioned. They forgot that you'd done some of it.
No.
Then they auditioned you. What?
No, because basically, early access. For those of you that played early access, it was a different voice. So he did a bit, but then obviously there's deadlines and stuff. So they were like, we don't know if we're going to be able to finish it in time with you. Because you know what it was like in COVID? Everyone was like, what's going on? Like, we don't know what is happening. So yeah, it got given, taken away, given again. So when it come back full circle, I was like, yeah.
The industry is a mess.
So you restarted properly. Sorry, I'm taking over questions now.
No, please, go ahead. Go ahead.
Did you restart properly in 22? That's when I started.
Me and Sam.
Yes, Sam was in a lot when I was in, because Sam was working evenings. So I'd be finishing at 6, and Sam would just be starting doing because Sam was doing a full-time job then. Mm-hmm. So then Sam would be doing 6 to 9, and we knew each other. So we'd be like, hello, little bit of a hug, and like, oh, this is exciting. What is it? Don't know.
Yeah.
That is exactly how it went. So we all kind of started at the same time.
For sure. Which was actually nicer for me. I don't know if it was for you as well, because some of the others, like Dev and Neil, who started earlier, they'd probably be in for a session, then off for like a week or 2, then in for a session. Whereas with us, because we were like in like 3-4 times a week. So I was like, I know this guy, like I am this guy. I'm never like taking off his cloak. So that was really nice, actually. It worked out.
Amazing. God, I'm learning a lot. Yeah, so quickly, mine was I did 3 rounds over a period of months. Didn't know what it was. Character called Yanya. they just, like, I do one, wouldn't hear anything. Then it'd be like, oh, it's come back. A bit like you do it again. Oh, it's come back. Here's some more notes. Could you do it a bit like this woman in Wonder Woman? They'd send me clips of films and do a bit more with this authority. So I don't know, because I didn't know someone had played it before me. I didn't know what the part was. Maybe, and I've never really talked to Sven or anybody about this and asked, what were you doing? What was going on? Were they listening to the original and going, we don't want to tell her to listen to that, because I never heard her, Heidi do it, who was amazing in retrospect, I know now. But maybe they were just trying to see if I could get an essence. And then I was down to 3. This was months later. And they were like, oh, great. And then they went, yeah, you've got it. And I went, hey, how many hours is it going to be? Thinking, years. It was probably about 7 hours. I was like, oh, all right, well, fuck, great. And then they kept getting me in, a bit like you. It was like, oh, here's more lines. And then I was in a few months and they said, good news, your character's been developed into the game. And I was like, oh. So I guess maybe they'd only had her die at moonrise or something, like she did for a lot of people in the beginning. And then they went, no, she's interesting. Let's keep her in. I don't know. So aren't we lucky? Yeah. Aren't we lucky to
Massively
be here?
Lucky.
Theo.
I guess the last question, and then I'll open it up to you guys. If you guys wanted to start lining up there with the mics with the questions that you have, feel free. Is being what you've done thus far, has there been something where it's been like a pinch me moment where you had an opportunity to work with a given colleague that you are aware of their work and you were like kind of starstruck, but you still kind of had to put it to bed while you were trying to work with them? And if so, can you share what example that would be?
I don't really, mine is slightly different, but kind of similar.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a starstruck thing. You know how we do professional photos with people? Well, we do a lot of cons, and I'm a huge Aliens fan, and so it's not a work thing. But they were there, and we met them, and Tim and I were in the queue at the airport, and I was like, it's Vasquez. And then we got to the con. So I had to
she's
sit.
awesome.
Oh yeah, Vasquez, Gorman, and Drake. And so we're sitting at lunch and we're talking about. She's got a bra shop. She's got a big bra empire. So we're just casually, and I'm like, yeah, like this. And then the Aberdeen arranged for me to jump to the front of the queue. I said I'd pay, but they were like, no. So I got to have a professional photo with them. Now that isn't even it. It's a great photo. They took about 20 for me, and I picked a really good one where I look nice and they look nice. That's not the thing. She now follows me on Instagram. and Vasquez was my birthday, which I really went on about the other week. I know, but I was at a con. And if you look at the thing, she wished me happy birthday. So
that's awesome.
That's someone that when I saw that film in the cinema, nothing has beaten it. And it's one of the best experiences I've ever had in a movie. And Vasquez, for me, like Ripley, is, like Sarah Connor. I'm never an action myself, apart from Jahira. But she was like, just an icon to me, so that every time she does anything, I'm like, oh. So that
for sure.
I know.
What about you, Theo? I mean, I know you're a big anime guy. I'm sure it's probably been a situation.
The most starstruck I've been.
Had to work with, where you've had opportunity to work with them.
Work with.
Yeah.
Ooh. I've worked with a few. I worked with John Boyega from Star Wars. We did a play together.
Yeah.
Someone who's quite starstrucky and has star quality. I was in drama school once. I think I was in second year. And Russell Brand,
That's random.
It's super random.
Random.
He was an alumni from my drama school, and he was just decided to sit in on one of our classes one day and was just kind of there being all Russell Brandy and ethereal. But con-wise, one person I was starstruck by properly. This was only a couple months ago. Yeah. Does anyone know Dean Norris from Breaking Bad?
Sure.
Oh my days! I saw this guy. I was like, I need to meet you. I need to speak to you. I need to say something to you. You're from Breaking Bad. You're Hank Schrader. So I meekly went up to him.
Got a selfie, didn't you?
Yeah, got a selfie with him. Give him props. Yeah, he's a legend.
Who would yours be?
Oh gosh, I mean, there've been a few. Jeanette is up there. Jeanette
Really?
Goldstein is up there.
She's
Mark Rolston, who played, he's awesome. I love him too. Shout out to Donald Lowe. Donald Lowe is awesome. If you know Quinn Blade and what is it? Gotham. I mean, there's so many, but I would be remiss. I would be here all day. But Theo, I have to ask this question before I get out to my questions here. I got to know where you stand. Dragon Ball Are you Vegeta or you a Goku guy? I need to know where you stand.
Growing up, it was Goku.
Okay.
But
And
now
got
it's,
noticed Vegeta.
now it's Vegeta.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Kindred spirits, okay. All right, excellent. All right, do we have a question out here for our panelists? And if you do, feel free to come up here. Oh,
Get
do we have
up
a mic?
there.
Do we have a mic that we can bring up to our guests here?
Comes Jason.
Hi guys, I'm wondering what your opinion was with the short games are accessible to all players.
She was asking what you guys thought about what could be done about making games more accessible to all kinds of players.
Great question.
We've got there's a great charity in the UK who do a lot. I can't remember their names, but they do an awful lot of work with. They've been at the BAFTAs and stuff when we were there, but I know that they do an awful lot of work to make games more accessible. If only I could remember their name now, but I'm on the spot with it, but I can't. But they are a big charity in the UK, and they're the only one that I know of. And I'm sure some of our guys have worked with them or played games, something. I will find out that name and get that to you, but that is the biggest charity that I know of in the UK. I don't know of any in Europe in terms of accessibility with other games, in terms of Baldur's Gate. I don't know, Theo, what? I'm not too sure. No, I'm not too sure either. How have you found accessibility with games? I mean, a PS5 controller or are good? Is it? Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Really? And that's on Xbox? Yeah. See, I've only dabbled with PC. You're on a PC. It's interesting. I mean, it's on the tip of my tongue. I honestly, I will get this to you if there's a way, the name of this company, but they are... Do you know the one?
There you go. Yes.
I'm not really representing this, but I work for the accessibility team at Apple. So like this is a push for us on Apple to put for the accessibility for gaming. So yeah, that's a push for us. Yeah.
Awesome. Love it. Making connections. I love it.
Do you have a business card? Because that's what this is all about, really, isn't it? Is making connections. And that's a great question. I didn't even know that about Xbox for PC. So there you go. You've educated me today. What's your name? Kay. Lovely to meet you, Kay. I'm Tracy.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Are you going to come by and meet us later and come say hello? Yeah. Yeah, I hope so. And what's your name? Mark. Thank you.
Thank you for
so
your
if you come by, I'll have that name because I know I've got them on my Instagram because I follow them. Okay, good. No, thank you. And thank you. Connections. Yeah, all right.
All right, excellent. Thank you for your question. Do we have another? And if you guys are able, if you did have a question, I want to see if you guys can hear it to the mic because we want to be able to hear you.
I could just wander amongst the audience and put a microphone under your and say, "Come on, what burning questions have you about Bald?" Mind you, we've spoken quite a bit though.
But I would ask this, considering where the industry is with gaming, and it's been fascinating because I look far older than I am, and I've been through various eras of gaming, whether we're talking about 32-bit or like the pixelated 3D characters, or the fully realized
You mean
characters.
you look younger than you are? You just said you look older than you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. I know it's been
My head
a long
really went
day.
there.
You're
It's been a long
actually
day.
10 years old.
Yeah.
I grew fast.
For sure. I'm far older than I look. I'll put it that way. But it's amazing where gaming is now, where in terms of the graphics and what it can do now, that it's very deceiving, versus real life. I'm playing, some sports games. I'm like, wow, that looks amazing.
Massively.
Or if I'm playing an RPG, that looks amazing. So, could you share, that in terms of where we are with gaming now, and how it is far more cinematic than any other, point in time that we've, been in?
Yeah, I remember
It's really amazing.
Back in the day, when I had my Nokia 3310, I was gassed over Snake. I remember those days.
Wow.
I was gassed over Snake. I remember I got my first mobile phone when I was like 13. My grandma got me a mobile phone, and I swear, I pretty much cried tears of happiness because it was in color. It was in color, and I think back to then, and I'm like, was that in the same lifetime? Do you know what I mean? Where I was gassed over color, and now you see games like Baldur's Gate, obviously, but also I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft back in the day. Yeah, Mark, and how expansive the world was, and you could just walk or run for hours with your character. Like Baldur's Gate as well, there's so much things to do. And the graphics are only going to get better and better and better and better until...
Scary.
It is kind of scary, You see like VO3 and all these kinds of things, and I'm like, whoa, where's the distinction between real and game? Do you know what I mean? So I think games are going to get a lot more immersive, a lot more real, and yeah, that line between real and game will be very thin. It's going to be very cool, very, very cool.
Yeah, and we're quite privileged because if we do a game, we often get to see stuff like a year and a half before anyone else. So when I did Expedition 33, obviously I saw all the Painterest stuff. It pretty much looked like it does now, just obviously not as quite as rendered or whatever. But I remember I had no idea what I was doing. I went into that, did half a day, came out around my age, and I went, oh, this looks good. This looks really, really, really good. These guys know what they're doing. I think this is going to be something special. And then it's been quite popular, I think. But even then, I thought this is breathtaking visuals, So yeah. I mean, I'm not a gamer, so I'm streaming Baldur's Gate 3 at the minute, but it's my first game. So to me, that's how all games are. They're all that good.
I think this is just my hot take in it. This might be wrong, but I think, has anyone seen Ready Player One? Do you know that film?
I was just about to ask.
Yeah, I think it's going to get to Ready Player One levels where it's like, you've got your
avatar.
Yeah, you've got your avatar in game. Yeah, and it will just be an incredible, incredible world and experience for you to explore. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. I haven't, no. Okay. Really? Okay. Jeez. That's what I mean, right? It's going to get indistinguishable, because obviously you've got all this AI stuff going on. AI, I mean, that's a contentious subject in itself, but that's going to bleed into every industry. So VO3, you might have seen those VO3 graphics. Sometimes I'm looking at them like,
and it's indistinguishable.
I'm like, yo, how are they not real people? This is strange. So I think games will get to that quality, do you know what I mean, with that technology. Yeah, crazy times. Crazy times.
I was going to say, it's weird to think of that, growing up old enough where my grandmother lent me her Atari. And now being in this day and age where, I go to, to your point, I go to CES every January, and it's weird where we are right now. All the stuff you see in Iron Man, we're there already. Like all of that stuff where he's like throwing stuff on the screen, we're there already. So it's pretty incredible.
Do you know that I was reading that this is slightly off, but not. You know how there's a whole market in dubbing. If you do like say it's a Turkish language film and they want to dub it into English or dub it into French, they've developed a software now where they can manipulate the actors' mouths to speak the language. So they're just going to use that instead. So it'll look like we're just speaking Turkish because they'll just manipulate us.
Crazy days, crazy
I think
days.
I think that company's called Special Effect. It's just come to me. But if not, when I see you, I'll get all the details. But I think it's called Special Effect.
Yeah.
Okay. I see, I did remember.
And I think like, obviously AI has been booming in the last 2 or 3 years, and it seems to be directly coming for creators or creatives. It's like, why are you coming for us first? Why can't we be using AI to dig plastic out the ocean and stuff rather than coming from actors and singers? But I think what will happen as we go into the future and we get more technology based and more AI based is there will be a craving for like real people. Do you know what I mean? I want to go to the movies and see a film with real actors. I don't want to see these AI actors. I want to see, you know, real voice actors and meet real voice actors in games. So I think it will like spin back around as we go forward.
Gotcha. And do we have a question regarding that? Because I did have one for you guys if we didn't. Continuing from what you had regarding AI, have there been examples for either of you where that's started to come to the forefront? Because you seem like you're teasing that there's been situations where not yet or not.
Yeah, like it's definitely going to come for example, automated dialogue replacement, so ADR work.
Yeah.
So usually you'll get like a group of maybe 8 to 10 actors, and for those that don't know, every extra in a film scene who isn't main cast is going to be recorded in a studio. So in context kind of background noise, but all those jobs will go to AI. So it is coming, but it's about actors pushing back against it and not, selling their voice off as like a clone and things like that. We need to work together because the wave is coming for sure.
Using a voice in perpetuity, sure, yeah. Tracy?
I haven't, but I had a few messages recently going, is that your voice on the Scottish rail system doing all the announcements? And I was like, no, it's not me. And then there was a whole thing came out with this woman who I don't think sounds like me, but she had sold her voice to a company, I believe, this is paraphrasing, but not for the usage that it ended up being used as. And so there's a whole lawsuit going on in Scotland because her voice is now being used for the entire Scottish rail system. Welcome to Paisley, the next stop is Linwood. But she didn't, that's cheap, that would have been a lot of money. And what she got paid would never have done that. So that is now a big lawsuit where they're saying, oh no, you sold your voice, but she's saying, no, I didn't sell it for that. That's not what it was sold for. So there you go. Got to be really careful. I mean, my agent for a long time has had the AI clause, but sorry, this is quite boring, but it affects all of us. It does affect all of us at some point, Thank you for not saying that.
Yes, we had a question.
Hello.
Hey.
I don't know if this is actually carrying. So to something that you said earlier about the voice work and it being acting. So this isn't really a question. I have a question, but I wanted to let you know. I met Neil last year, and he is adamant about it. And so we stood in line to meet him, and as people were coming up, they were like, I love your voice work for this. And he was always correcting them. Nope, my acting.
I love that.
My acting. And I wanted to say, I think you guys should gatekeep it even more, right? I think that is an important distinction, that there isn't the distinction, right? And I love that, right? It's part of what makes Baldur's Gate so good, is that you can see the human element of the game. So keep doing that. Keep gatekeeping that. I think that's awesome.
Oh, you're so sweet. What's your name?
Skylar.
Skylar. Oh, I love all these American names. Thank you, Skylar. That's really sweet of you. So I won't feel bad feeling like a teacher when I say to people, I'm sorry, but could I just correct you for a second?
You should correct everyone because it's accurate, right? Be accurate with
Sure.
it. My question, especially considering you had mentioned Expedition 33. So Baldur's Gate was up there in my favorite games until I had come across Expedition 33. That is a life-changing game, in my opinion. They both are. For either game, if you want to speak to Expedition 33 or both of you for Baldur's Gate, when you were auditioning, when you were reading through it, when you were experiencing it, doing your mocap, in those moments, did you feel in those moments like you were actually experiencing something that was about to become industry defining, generational? Because they are.
I did think Expedition 33 from that very brief afternoon, from having seen the footage of the Paintress. Yes, definitely. Jahira, I'm probably about 6 months to a year in. I was like, oh, I think this is because the writing was insanely good. She made me laugh. She made me cry. And the more it went on, I was like, I love her. Please let everyone else be as good as her. And of course they are. So I did think, but we had no idea it was going to all be all this traveling. Did you?
Zero idea. Zero idea. Which I think was a good thing. Do you know what I mean? I think, say, if we were making like a sequel to this and there was like a big hype around it, every single line you'd be like, oh my gosh, I hope they like that line. I hope they like that bit of mocap. Did I move my hand in the right way? Do you know what I mean? There would have been that. Whereas I was just oblivious. I was just going, be truthful every single day. And I think it was maybe like 2 months before the game came out, Neil, who's been in games for a while, he was like to me, yo, I think this might be a pretty big one. And I was like, what? What do you mean? And then lo and behold, boom. So, yeah, forever grateful. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we did our first one together, didn't we? EGX. You, me, Neil, Dave, and someone else, I think. Do you remember EGX?
No, I wasn't at EGX. I think that was Sam.
Oh,
at
sorry.
EGX.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question, Skylar, and everyone else?
Sure.
What are you all thinking about these Baldur's Gate 4 things that have just come out in the last few days?
So I actually haven't seen much about it. We've been dealing with stuff at home. I fell and broke my foot. So
Bless you.
I haven't been paying a lot of attention to it. I will say that if it isn't Larian, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Like 3 was so close to perfect just as an experience that if it isn't Sven, if it isn't Larian, I don't really want it. So that's, I guess, my kind of answer to that.
I'm just curious. Okay. I hope your foot gets better.
It will.
What happened, Skylar?
I forgot how walking works and fell down my stairs at home. My foot got caught and the other one overcompensated and I skipped about 4 of them and landed on it. So
Yeah.
We'll get better soon.
yeah. Thank both of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your question. Did we have another? We have time for one more.
Who's
No
this?
pressure.
Might need to lower the mic.
Hello, y'all. I was wondering, because you said you were an anime guy, what was your favorite anime, and if you don't like them, TV show?
Okay, so my favorite, it's got to be Dragon Ball Z, only because like that just had my whole school in a headlock. Like every lunchtime, watching it with my cousins, watching it with my dad. I'm rewatching Naruto right now. So like when we're going from con to con or in my hotel, I'm just Naruto. But like cartoon-wise, does anyone remember Recess?
Of course.
Oh
yes.
my days, Recess!
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes.
Recess.
Yes.
We all need
My
to
jam
like
too.
give that show its proper credit. Like that show, I just romanticized American school so much. Like the little, the yellow school bus. Like, oh, it's recess. Like, do you know what I mean? It was
For sure. It was like
yeah,
that. It was
exactly.
very, very
And us
much
in the
like
UK,
that.
like in the cold and the rain, we're like, oh my gosh, they're so cool in America. So yeah, I'd say Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and Recess for me.
All right. Excellent. Thank you so much for your question. Can we give a round of applause for our panelists, Tracy Wiles and Theo Solomon? All right. Thank you
Thank you,
guys
everyone.
so much. Thank you.